Hello and welcome to another video here at AV Forums. This time we're taking you through our recommended picture settings for the Epson EH-LS10000 Laser Projector. The first thing I need to do is go into the menu system, which you can do by pressing the menu button on the remote control. Now the majority of the picture settings that we'll need are in the image submenu. However, there are some in other submenus that we'll take you through later on in this video. So first of all, go into the image submenu and then select the natural colour mode. We found in testing this gave us the best starting point and the most accurate out-of-the-box measurements. Now for our pitch black reviewing room, we found that the brightness and contrast defaults of 0 were ideal. However, this may not be the case for your viewing environment, in which case you can set these controls by using a test disc, and you can find out more information on this from Picture Perfect on AV Forums. We also left the colour and tint controls at the default settings of 0, because we'll be adjusting these separately using the colour management system. The sharpness control we left at standard and a default setting of 0, because we won't be applying any sharpness to our image. We selected the colour temperature of 6500 Kelvin, which is the industry standard for the colour temperature of white. We left skin tone as default setting of 3 and turned dynamic contrast off. For power consumption, we selected Eco, which is the lowest setting and more than bright enough for our reviewing environment. However, you may need a brighter image for your room, in which case you can select a different setting. We also left the lens iris at -5. Again, you can increase or decrease this to make the image brighter should you need to. In the advanced submenu, we selected a gamma of 0, which measured exactly 2.3 in our testing. We turned Epson Super White on and selected a colour gamut of HD TV, which is basically the same as Rec 709. The RGB or white balance control. In here we set offset red to -4, offset green to 0, offset blue to 0, gain red to -4, gain green to 0, and gain blue to 2. And in the RGB CMY or colour management system, we set red hue to 0, red saturation to 0 and red brightness to 0, green hue to 0, green saturation to -8 and green brightness to 3, blue hue to -10, blue saturation to 0 and blue brightness to 0, cyan hue to 1, cyan saturation to 0 and cyan brightness to -3, magenta hue to 3, magenta saturation to -10, magenta brightness to 9, and yellow hue to -4, yellow saturation to -6, and yellow brightness to 3. Now of course, these detail settings for our particular review sample and may not be applicable to your particular model. Now going out of the image submenu, we then go into the signal submenu. In here, a particular interest is the aspect ratio, which we leave at normal, and in advanced, make sure you have overscan set to off. Super resolution and 4K enhancement is a very useful feature, and for watching things with 4K enhancement are turned on, you can select one of 5 different settings. However, we found anything other than 4K1 applied far too much sharpening and made the image look very processed and unnatural. However, 4K1 worked very well, so we could recommend using that particular setting. The other useful picture setting is in Settings, and here you can adjust the panel alignment. Now obviously the panel should be aligned perfectly, but if it isn't, you can adjust this either in terms of the whole image or different parts of the image in order to get it as accurate as possible. Very handy, useful feature. Other useful features in the menu system include the memory submenu. In here you can set up and adjust between different settings for aspect ratios. So if you have a scope ratio screen, you can either have 1.85 to 1 or 1.78 to 1 or a 2.35 to 1 or a 2.4 to 1 setting, depending on the ratio of your screen. And you can save them and then reload them whenever you need to. Again, a very useful feature. And that's it for us for picture settings for the Epson EH-LS10000 Laser Projector. You can read the actual review at avforums.com/reviews. You can also see more videos at avforums.com/videos. And why not follow us on Twitter? And like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.